Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, how we can solve test 9 in the Quadrat course. And let's start with question number 1. What is the measure in the degrees of each interior angle of regular pentagon? Pentagon is 5 sides. To find the sum of the interior angle of the pentagon, we subtract 2 from 5 and multiply the rest by 180. It gives me 540. I have 5 angles into the interior angle of a pentagon, so 540 divided by 5 is equal to 108. And my advice to you to copy in your mind what is the sum of the measure of the interior angle of the hexagon, pentagon, and octagon. Number 2, find the value of root 20 plus root 45. First, I need to write root 20 as 4 by 5 and root of 45 5 by 9. Mr. Hisham, why you choose root 20 as 4 by 5 and you didn't choose root 20 as 2 by 10? Because root of 4 is equal to 2, so I can simplify it as 2 root 5. And 9 outside the root is 3, so 3 root 5. So 2 root 5 plus 3 root 5 is equal to 5 root 5. So the right answer is C. Regarding question number 3, if x equal to negative 1, what is the value of x power 3 minus x squared minus 7x minus 1? I prefer if you can add the value of x in brackets, so negative 1 power 3 minus negative 1 to the power of 2 minus 7 times negative 1 minus 1. Negative and the power of odd is negative. Negative 1 to the power of 2 is positive, so multiply by the negative is negative. And notice that you can't multiply negative by negative because it's square first. Minus negative by negative is positive, minus 1. So it's negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, which is negative 3, plus 7, which is equal to 4. So the right answer is C. Find the value of 15 root 14 over 5 root 7. 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. And root 14 over root 7, I can write it as 1 root 14 over 7. So it's equal to 3 multiplied by root of 2. So the answer is 3 root. Number 5, the average of 6 consecutive odd numbers is 8. Consecutives and average, it means that the median of 6 consecutive odd numbers 8. So the first number here is 9, 11, and 13, 7, 5, and 3. Find the average of the last two. The average of 11 and 13 is equal to 12. Number 6, root of 81 plus root of 81 plus root of 81, root of the roots. 4 multiply root of 81 because 81 is repeated 4 times. And root of 4 is 2, root of 81 is 9. So it's root of 18. And root of 18 is 9 by 2, which can be written as 3 root. So the right answer is C. Question number 7. Find the average of prime number between 20 and 30. We all know that I have 2 prime numbers between 20 and 30, which are 23 and 29. Prime numbers is the number that is not divisible by anything except itself and 1. Has no fact except itself and 1. So what the average between 23 and 29 is 26. You can add them up and divide it by 2. You can find the number in the middle, whatever method you want to use. What is the circumference of a circle? It's the area 36 pi. Directly, you know that the area is equal pi r squared. So 36 pi. So r is equal to 6. What the circumference? Circumference is equal to pi r. So it's 2 pi by 6, which is equal to 12 pi. So the right answer is B. Question number 9. Find the value of root 1 over 4 plus root 9 over 4 minus 45. Root 1 over 4 is half, because root of 1 is 1 and root of 4 is 2. Root of 9 is 3. Root of 4 is 2 minus 45 can be written as 9 by 5. And 9 outside the root is 3, so it's 3 root 5. 3 over 2 and a half is 2. So 2 minus 3 root 5. So the right answer is D. Question number 10. If the difference between the measure of the two smaller angles of a right angle triangle, if the difference between these two angles is equal to 10, so x minus y is equal to 10. And we know that the sum of x and y is 90. So what the measure of the smaller angle? So I'm looking for two numbers, their sum is 90, the difference between them is 10. I think for 10, 50. 40 and 50, because their sum is 90 and 40 is the smaller. 50 is the greatest if he is asked for the greatest. Question number 11. The average of 10 numbers is 10. Average of 10 numbers is 10. It means that the total sum of these values is 100. Multiply both of them. If the sum of 6 numbers, so imagine that you have 10 numbers. 6 of them have sum of 100. And the total sum should be 100. So the sum of these 4 numbers is 0. So what the average of the last 4 is 0. Again, the sum of the 10 values is 100. 6 of them is equal to 100. So of course the rest 4 have nothing, which is equal to 0. Question number 12. When a number is divided by 9, the remainder is 6. What is the remainder when 6 times the number is divisible by 9? To solve this kind of question, I'm going to multiply the remainder by the value he is asked for. The remainder is 6. He is going to multiply it by 6. So 6 by 6, 36. And 36 is divisible by 9 with no remainder. It's equal 4 with no remainder. So there is no remainder. Another method of solving, you may think of 15. Because when I divided 15 by 9, it gives me 1 and the remainder 6. What if I multiply 15 by 6? It's going to be 90. And 90 divided by 9 is 10 and the remainder is 6. Regarding question number 30. In a high school, each student studies exactly one foreign language out of 3. Out of 2 languages. 3/5 of the students take Spanish. And 1/4 of the remaining students take German. If all the other take French, so I have Spanish, French, and German. 1/5 of the total, let's assume the total is 100 students. So 1/5 of the students, 20 students, study Spanish. And 1/4 of the remainder are 80 students, which is also equal 20. They study what? Study German. So 20 and 20 is 40, so 100 minus 40, so the remainder 60 studying French. 60 is what percent of 100? 60%. I assume that the total number of the students is 100, so it's going to be easier for me to find that percentage. A train 240-meter long passes a pole in 24 seconds. So the length, which is 240 meters, can pass a pole in 24 seconds. So if the platform is 650 meters, in how many seconds? I think it's very clear for us that 24 by 10 is 240, so 65 by 10 is 650. If you wanted to do cross multiplication, you want to simplify, it's okay, but I think this is the easier method to solve this. If 1/3 of 1/4 of a number is equal to 15, then 3/10 of that number is what? Again, 1/3, 1/4 of a number is equal to 15. So what is the number here? I can say that 1/12 of x is equal to 15. And by cross multiplication, x is equal to 180. So I'm looking for 3/10, which is 3/10 of 180. By cancel the 0, 3 by 18 is 50. So all of these questions about fraction and how to simplify fraction, by fraction, and so on. A jar contained 10 red marbles and 30 green ones. How many red marbles I can add to the jar so 50% of it will be red? Let's try the number. What if I add 20 marbles red? The total number of red will be 30, and I have 30 green. Oh my God, it's 50% because 30 half of the total, so it's 50%. I was lucky. So the number I added is 20 because 10 plus 20, 30, and 50 is equal to 30, so 30 half is 62. My opinion is to use the choices with that kind of questions. Question number 17 in high school has 840 students. The ratio of the number of students talking English to the number of not talking English to not is 4 to 3. And I have 840 students. How many students there who talks in English? So I have how many parts? I can say that I have 4 parts talking English, 3 parts not talking English, and the total is 140. So 7 parts equal 840. So each part is equal to 120 after divided by 7. So 4 multiply 120 is 480. Regarding question number 18, a student ranked 13 from the right. So one of the students standing here from the right, he is number 13. Mean that at the front of him there is a 12 students. And 8 from the left mean that there is 7 students to the left. So the total number of the students, 7 to the left, 12 to the right, and the students himself. So how many students are there in this line? 7 plus 1, 8 plus 12 is 20 students. If today is Saturday, what day will be after 215 days? Before you start thinking, look about the number that divisible by 7 nearest to 150. You will figure out that it's 110 because 210 divided by 7 is 30. So the day number 210 will be the same as the starting day, which is Saturday. So 211, 112, 113, 214, 215. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the day is C. An accurate clock shows that the time is 9 in the morning. How many complete rotation will the minute hands rotate when the time is 3? So if the time is 9 and now the time is 3, how complete rotation for the minute arm is 6 complete rotation because it's 6 hours. Yara now is 12 is twice as old as Omar, but 6 years ago she was 5 times as old as he. So Yara and Omar. Yara now is, for example, 16. So her brother is 8 years. 6 years ago, she was 10, and her brother was 2 years. So we can notice that 10 is 5 times 2, so the right answer is 16. And this kind of questions I prefer if you can use the choices don't form equation. Question number 22. Ahmed's age after 15 years will be 5 times his age 5 years back. What is his present age? Let's assume that, for example, his age is 15. Now, so after 15 years, it's going to be 30. And 5 years back, his age is 10. Is 30 and 10 is 5 times? If his age after 15 years is 5 times the age 5 years ago? No. So I'm going to cancel 15. Let's go to 10. 10 is now. After 15 years, going to be 25. 5 years ago, it's 5, and 25 is 5 times. Mr. Sham, why you ignore the 12? Because the numbers are 5 and 5 times, and 5 after and 5 before, so it's not 12 at all. Question 23. Quarter of the number 2 power 3 times 4 power 3. Quarter is 1 over 4. 2 power 3 times 4 power 3. 4 power 3 is 4 by 4 by 4. And 2 power 3 is 8. And here is 1 over 4. By cancel one of the 4, so 4 by 4 is 16 and 8. So it's 8 multiplied by 16. 8 multiplied by 16 is 8 by 6 is 48. 8 and carry out 4. 8 by 1, it's 120. So the right answer is D, and it's not a power of 2 at all or a power of 8 at all. Question 24. 2 power 6 plus 2 power 6 plus 2 power 6 plus 2 power 6. I will write it as apple plus apple plus apple plus apple, so it's 4 apples. So it's 4 multiplied 2 power 6. And 4 is 2 power 2. Multiply by 2 power 6. I'm going to add the power, so it's 2 power 8. So the right answer is C. Again, you can't add the power and you have addition. You cannot add the power and you have addition. Let's go to question number 25. Apple and apple, 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 6 apples. So 6 by 6 for x is equal to 1. If I divide it both by 6, so 6 for x is equal to 1 over 6, which is equal to 6 for negative 1, so x is equal to negative 1. It's clear that it's not 36. It's not 6. It's not 1. So I'm going with the negative value. And because 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6, 6 times is equal to 1. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the solution of test 9.